Bad things is what makes Tekken fun. This topic is kind of a weird one. This channel has basically become a place where I just ramble about anything because Tekken Age stinks. So this leads me to see a lot of opinions about Tekken as a whole, because most of the people that I know don't play the game, so we all kind of just end up talking about other games. And one thing that I have noticed is that a lot of people throw around the term real Tekken a lot. And what I find weird is that they don't have like a set in stone definition of the term. Everyone has their own definition of what real Tekken is, and they'll complain about how there's a lack of real Tekken using their own definition. And then dudes will be like, well, that's just not real Tekken, while there's like 300 different variations of real Tekken flying around. What I'm saying sounds confusing, and it is. The real Tekken conversation is borderline retarded, I can't lie. But here I am, having the real Tekken conversation, I guess. Real Tekken does not exist, and it never has. And the people who talk about real Tekken have never actually played older Tekken games, or watched other people play older Tekken games. But first, let's actually talk about what real Tekken is and what it's supposed to be apparently. People like strong movement, strong Korean backdash, strong sidestep block, all that good stuff. People like to be able to preemptively avoid things with movement. People like to option select with backdash and sidestep block. They just want a whole bunch of applications to good movement. People like poking and conditioning. So this involves feeling out your opponent before launching a big attack instead of just big launcher go boom boom. People like the execution barrier of these games because they think it's cool to do cool things when they're hard. The electric theory, right? And I think most importantly, solid defense is what people really define real Tekken as. Players want to apply offense if it was earned through good mind games. They want 100 option selects for every move. They want to grind everything, right? Just overall a super interactive game, like something is always happening and free flowing, and there's always opportunities to do things. You're never sitting still waiting for your opponent's pressure to end or whatever, if you guys get what I mean. This is what I think most people define real Tekken as. So when you look at a game like Tekken 8, which doesn't have any solid defense at all, it's very easy to put it in the not real Tekken category. The thing is, there is not a single Tekken game in existence that fulfills this criteria. Well, there's one, and that's Tekken 5 DR, which for most people is the best Tekken game of all time, right? However, how can you come up with a term like real Tekken when there is only really one game in the entire series, which is real Tekken? And even then, there's still a bunch of bullshit in Tekken 5 DR, bro. So even then, I'm still being kinda kind giving it that label. Dudes like to say that Tekken Tag 2 is real Tekken, which I never understood, because Tekken Tag 2 is one of the least interactive Tekken games in the series. It is true that you do play good neutral in that game, but once neutral is done, your time is over, bro. You are dead. Where is the interaction, bro? People like to say that Tekken 7 is real Tekken. Tekken 7 had shit movement and was uninteractive to a degree. Defense was OP in that game. You were rewarded for only playing one side of the game. I don't get it. And this is why I think real Tekken is not what you think it is. Real Tekken was built on bullshit, because I don't know how people haven't got this yet. But bullshit is fun. It may be the sole reason as to why Tekken ever became as big as it has become. Tekken's movement system pre-Tekken 6 in of itself is bullshit, yet nobody complains about it because it was hard and it was fun as shit to do. Characters having bullshit moves is what defined these characters. If Paul did not have a death fist that could in theory two-shot you, who the fuck would play Paul? If Mishimas didn't have any electrics, would the Mishimas have such a hardcore player base? Would they even be played like at all? Like, these guys have other moves. If you was to take away Jin's electric, he would still be more than a functional character. But would people really play Jin? I don't know. A character like Ling can still be a super evasive, cringe piece of shit character without AOP, but nobody would play her without it. Bullshit moves and bullshit mechanics, whilst mostly being interactive, is real Tekken. The idea of, ooh, Tekken used to be peak, and it used to be honest. You guys are retarded. and haven't played the old games. I have become, over the last couple of months, the biggest Tekken 3 glazer in existence. That game is full of some of the most broken shit imaginable. Jin is able to do a while running 3, I think it is, from a wave dash. And on block, that move is plus 17, so he gets a free electric on block. Ogre's Waning Moon is an unblockable into death combo. Nina is rolling around with her normal Nina bullshit and a launching hell sweep. Yoshimitsu is out here rolling with a tracking unblockable that more or less just kills you, bro. And you know what I'ma tell you guys? Outside of Ogre, because you know there are some things that are just a little too silly, I'll admit. This game is fucking peak because the whole game is bullshit. If everyone has broken things, then who is broken? Of course there are characters who are more broken than others. Every game has top tiers. Tekken has always been a game where tier lists don't matter too much for the most part. You can win with everyone. So unless we're including Ogre in this conversation, this game is no different. Now, I have to be careful right here because it kind of somewhat sounds like I'm indirectly complimenting Tekken 8 when I say that bullshit is good. I'm not. Tekken 8 bullshit is not fun because in older games, even though they have some of the most egregious shit imaginable, unless we're talking about like the actual game-breaking moves like Tekken 4 Jin Laser Scraper or something, you still kinda had to set up your bullshit. So there was still some brain cells involved. Like Jin, to get the unblockable electric, had to wave dash. So he had to make you respect him when you can run marathons around your opponent and get hit by your opponent's bullshit for even trying to wave dash. This isn't downplay, by the way. It's just that in Tekken 8, you click your broken tracking to homing mid into +5 into mix. Or alternatively, pop armored heat into plus on block string that does chip damage into even stronger mix up, and that's every character's bullshit. Every single character. There is nothing else at work here. You don't have to think about how you're going to consistently put yourself in a position to get off your bullshit attacks. In these older games, despite having disgustingly broken stuff, there was always still the option of just, I am not going to get hit by this broken shit, even if I let everything else hit me. That is not the case in Tekken 8. There is no way to avoid a plus on block homing mid with ridiculous range unless you armor or parry, which is a coin flip within itself. Tekken 8 nonsense is not fun. There is only one type of nonsense in that game, and it's universal. There is nothing unique or interesting about doing broken things in Tekken 8 whatsoever. I think that people look at Tekken 8 and think, oh, we need honest Tekken back, like Tekken was ever honest. Tekken 7, the game universally talked about as the most honest Tekken, had the likes of Akuma running around with 80% combos from a jab, Kunamitsu mixing you 700 times a round. We all know what Marduk's tackle does. I could go on. This game is filled with bullshit. I don't know where this honest Tekken thing is really coming from genuinely. Did dudes really just watch Knee and JDCR and go, this is so honest because they're backdashing for 50 seconds around, and not think to themselves, yeah, defensive stuff in Tekken 7 is pretty strong. I don't want to hold a counter hit or a low parry, so I'm not going to click too many buttons. But also, maybe insane thought here, JDCR didn't want to poke with a Feng who has some of the most oppressive poking tools of any Tekken game ever. You cannot outpoke a Feng. You really can't outpoke Knee playing Feng. And like when you see a Zafina and dudes just don't want to click into a Zafina, like yeah, defense is strong, but Zafina also has a backdash that's twice as good as everyone else's. Like the nonsense is right in front of your face. Like you click a button into Feng and you get back one. Like you whiff into Zafina just because you move better than everyone else just for existing and now you're dead. Like, is this stuff honest? Like, I don't know guys, you tell me. I don't know. The main reason I'm even making this video is because I go on Twitter and I will see dudes playing Tekken 7, right, because they're tired of Tekken 8. And I will see dudes actively complaining about mix-ups in Tekken 7. The game where you have to work a 15-hour graveyard shift, dig up your dead nan and polish her bones, all for a mix-up that isn't even real. Like, I don't think people understand that guessing is a part of every single fighting game in existence. And realistically, if you're actually guessing, like you're in a real mix-up situation, You lost neutral, somehow, some way, to be put into that position. YOLO random mix-ups don't exist in Tekken 7, unless you're like at the wall. And if they do, they are far and few between and probably risk their entire life. Even a character like Kunomitsu, who is a 50-50 merchant, has to win neutral for you to pop off with her mix-ups. She can't just duck in your face and full crouch mix you. She'll die. Like, this real Tekken shit is really just coming from blue ranks and under, bro. Real Tekken does not exist. Or at least the popular definition of it does not exist. Tekken at its core is uncompetitive moves and mechanics. The reason it's even competitive in the first place is because the mechanics actually introduce a big enough skill gap to where a noob Tekken player can't just click broken moves and beat a guy who is actually nice at Tekken and is just moving around everything he does. Like, I could really go game by game and tell you how every single one is bullshit and not real Tekken. Even a game like Tekken 5 Dark Revolution. You guys is holy grail. I could do it easily. If you want to see that video, comment something like, give us the complaining video, Gov Daddy, or some shit. But I think that's my little yap done. If you like this video, or more importantly, you want me to make the in-depth 40-minute video essay on why real Tekken does not exist, I can do that shit. I will channel my inner Nova Psychon, bro. Let me know down in the comments below. But don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, guys.